Well, here's a compelling statement for you. This is the best time in all of human history. Oh, yes, it is. We are wealthier, healthier, and even safer than at any previous time in our existence. The data is indisputable. Believe me, I have checked it out exhaustively. We have eliminated major diseases. Poverty continues to decrease. More and more primary school girls are getting an education. The world is actually 5% greener than it was 20 years ago. There is much to be grateful for. Now, is it perfect? Of course it's not. There are serious issues out there. Human-induced climate change is a reality. Oh yes, it is for those who think it's not. There are other serious issues. Middle East unrest continues to cause concern. At present time of recording this, my gorgeous country is being ravaged by bushfires. It's hardly a perfect world out there. But here's the thing. I claim that the world is a beautiful mess. It always has been, it always will be. So in the midst of all the miserable things, there are so many things to be grateful for. It's a beautiful world out there. My concern within that is what is called the progress paradox. Now here's how this works. The better things get, and they can be substantiated, the worse we think they are. And that's partly because of all the collective messages telling us that the world is not a good place. And in this, my very special concern is with younger people. So as an example, in the past 3 months or so, I have asked around 500 12 to 15-year-olds what they think the world will be like up ahead on a rating from 1 to 10, with 1 being horrendous and 10 being amazing. On average, the score is around a 4. Incidentally, with adults, it's around a 7. Now, I have serious concern about that 4 out of 10 with younger people, because if they lose hope for the world being a decent place up ahead, they're less likely then to contribute to making it a decent place up ahead. So what do we do about all of this? Well, here are a few quick points. The first one, always check carefully what you see and hear, and especially what you share with others. We need to substantiate things that we see and hear from different people. It is so easy now to spread fake news, and even through artificial intelligence where it's not even written by human beings. So check it out, cross-reference it whenever you possibly can. Have a read of a book called Factfulness by Hans Rosling. It's one of the better ones that does that sort of thing. Given this, with that fake news, we also have news that focuses so strongly on what is wrong with the world rather than what is good about it. So by my reckoning, around 75% of everything you read and see in mainstream news is essentially negative, it's vindictive, it's the worst excesses of what has happened on the planet each day. Yeah, that's not the reality with the planet. What would it be? Maybe 10% of everything that happens is not good? I think it's lower, but you might disagree. But it's not 75%. So we need to watch out for that balance and the way that it affects our brains when we watch that stuff all the time. So here's another key point in terms of what we can do about this. My contention is that everyday conversation essentially makes or breaks a planet. So for example, with this very day that you're listening to this, we have about 7.7 billion people on this planet, and a lot of them are engaging in conversations. Now, those conversations would go from being very negative through to quite optimistic. I can pretty well tell you that the state of the planet today is based upon where those conversations collectively are on that line. So if everyone's talking about what is awful, that's pretty well creating our own reality. And it's not just our present reality, but our future one as well. Conversely, if we're looking for what is good, we tend to reinforce that, and we make an effort to go out and do more of it. Now, we each need to focus on those conversations that we have. So for example, if we're talking with someone who wants to keep mentioning everything that's really awful on the planet, respectfully, we need to change that conversation around and encourage them to look for what is good on the planet as well. And my last little point in terms of what to do about all of this is to, of all things, focus on a gratitude list. And at 2 levels. One is personal and the other one is planetary. If you're really keen about this, do it every day. So with your own life, focusing on what is actually good about it. If you look, you will find a lot of good things in most cases. And as far as the planet goes, there is so much good that is going on as well. Have a look at what is called the Good News Network. Essentially just look around for, the number of cities on this planet that are focusing in on zero carbon policy. There are hundreds of them. So there's a lot of good that's going on. Set up your gratitude list and maintain it and share it with others. So my last point as I'm wrapping up here, I've always loved that Chinese proverb that said the best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago, but the second best time is now. I wish you every success with your planting. Thank you.